Hey guys, it is Saturday the 15th of January 2017. We are on the way to Henry Co. Park in Morgan Hill, and we're going to do a little 2 nights, 3 days backpacking trip. Been there plenty of times, but it's kind of like my stomping ground. Should take us about 2.5 hours to get there. Probably got to stop for gas, I think, and get a few car drinks. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's a long Martin Luther King holiday weekend, so I took an extra day off to get Tuesday off. So looking forward to it. Haven't been out in a little while, and got another trip coming first weekend of February, I think, with my buddy Roland. So yeah, looking forward to getting out. Getting a little bit of a late start today. It's about 10:51. Most of my stuff was packed last night, and don't really plan on crushing a ton of miles the next couple of days, but just trying to have a good time and get out and relax. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back when there's something to see. Okay, we made it to the Henry Co. State Park headquarters. This is the top parking area, long-term backpacker parking. A lot more cars than I thought there would be, which I can't blame people. It's nice. Like, mid-January is like perfect. So we couldn't get upper camp, so we'll be spending probably 2 nights at Skeel's Meadow. Got my pack all set. I'm just gonna put my shoes on, get my trekking poles, and we're on our way. I'll show you guys the map when I have it out, but yeah, pretty nice so far. Can't complain. It's about 2:19, if y'all can see that. So should only take us about 2.5 hours to get there. So plenty of time left in the day. It's gorgeous. Sun's out. About 50 degrees. Okay, just finished locking up everything at the car. Got my pack, my water, batteries and charger and all that good stuff. Alright, so we're going to take the Monument Trail up to Frog Lake. And I think from Frog Lake we have to take Hobbs Road to get to Skeel's Meadow, which is south of Upper Camp. So Upper Camp was taken, no big deal. So I think we're going to be spending 2 nights at Skeel's Meadow. Wanted to kind of do 1 night Upper Camp and then head out towards Los Cruceros. But I was told that the water at Los Cruceros is probably up to my nose, and I'm 5'8" on a good day. So I figure we'll just kind of take it easy. This wasn't about crunching out miles, just more like getting out and enjoying the beautiful weather out here. Yeah, definitely busier than I thought it would be, but can't blame people for wanting to get out. So probably a good 5-mile hike, and then we'll get set up and do some relaxing. So so we're gonna get up to about 2,800 feet according to the map. The trail's going through some oak trees. Came across this bench. Nice to have a bench when you need a little break, that's for sure. So still nice and cool. There's a nice little breeze and I'm in the shade for the most part, so about 20 minutes in. Still climbing up for the most part. Nice and gradual. It's beautiful out. A little bit cooler. Okay with that though. So, I forgot that most of this hike is on Hobbs Road, which is mainly a fire road, which totally fine. It's been all significant downhill since we got off of the Frog Lake Trail. So, nice and easy going downhill. Just as everyone knows, when you're going down at the start, you'll be coming up at the end on the last day, but no biggie. No biggie at all. Really nice. Bumped into a couple of people so far. Looks like they're just day hiking, but yeah. All in all, pretty nice hike so far. It's about 3:09 in the afternoon. Plenty of sunlight left, daylight, to get us to camp. Getting a little colder, about 45, but feels good. Feels just right. So, yeah, we're going to keep on going down for I think pretty much the whole rest of the way to the camp. So, nice and easy. We'll just get there, we'll set up, and we'll relax. Should be nice. Alright. All the streams are running really nice. It's got up to a trail junction. And instead of taking the fire road, I'm going to take the Frog Lake Trail. So it's a little bit lower, less climbing, a little less elevation, plus it takes me through the trees, which will be a little cooler. We'll change the scenery. So upper camp's 2.8. I don't think Skeel's Meadow is probably another 0.2 from upper camp, if I recall correctly. So yeah. I saved 0.1 miles, laughably. So I'm gonna head that way. And yeah, feeling good, making good time. Just got something to eat. Normally that's dry. I remember last time being here with my buddy Roland, this was all pretty much, there was no water here at all. So it's nice to see everything's flowing. I had to put a little bit of rock hopscotch to get across, but no biggie. So yeah, I'm gonna take this trail and head on up. And I'll pick you guys up when there's something cool to see. Okay, made it to the top of Frog Lake. I'm at the trail junction here. So Hobbs Road, Fire Road that we were on, if we take that back, it'll take 1.6 to get back to the headquarters. And here's where we're going, Hobbs Road to Middle Ridge Trail, which is 0.8. A lot of folks out today. Got a camp already set up here at Frog Lake. They got the nice outhouse or privy if you're from the East Coast. Yeah, I've stayed here once before when it was raining. Still nice then, nice now. yeah, a lot of people, there's some people swimming in the lake, which is pretty interesting considering it's in the 40s out, but hey, whatever works. Alright, so we're going to go up Hobbs Road for a little bit more. And then I think our turnoff towards Upper Camp and Skeel's Meadow should be up here, so probably another 2 miles or so. Then we'll be there. The sun is just gorgeous coming through the trees. Couldn't have picked a perfect day. It's supposed to be no rain, clear for the most part, until Tuesday when I get out of here. And then Tuesday night it's all supposed to roll in. So, yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Alright. Well, we're going to keep at it. Okay, so Frog Lake is right down there, and we've been taking the Hobbs Fire Road all the way up, so got a pretty good view so far. And looks like we still have some up to do. No biggie. Stopped and got some water, something to eat. So yeah, a little more climbing to go. Still gorgeous out here. So we're back on the fire road still climbing up. Not for much longer from what I can tell, if I recall correctly from last time, but probably just another up and over and should be on our way downhill towards camp. Okay, we made it to another trail junction. Okay, so upper count is about 1.7 more that way, and middle ridge breaks off this way to Poverty Flat, which we could do second day, camp out in Poverty Flat. So it just all depends what we want to do. They got me down for 2 nights at Skeel's, but, you know, they said if we wanted to bounce around, it wasn't a big deal because it wasn't that busy. Looks like there's a lookout over there with a picnic table. So, although there's been no rain, the trails are pretty muddy. There's a lot of washed out areas. I mean, as you'd expect. We've been getting a ton of rain, last week included. So that's finally the first rain-free weekend I could get out. So trail continues down that way. And let's go take a look at this lookout up here. If you can hear that humming, I think that's a helicopter of some sort. Which sounds pretty close. Not a bad view. Not a bad lunchtime view. Might have to keep this in mind for the hike out and stop, have breakfast up here. Make for a great camping spot. Too bad it isn't a regulation camp spot. It's a little sloped over there, but I'm sure like if they leveled it, probably get a tent over there. But you're also too close to the trail, so a couple things to keep in mind. But yeah, really been a nice hike so far. Alright guys, I'm going to head back to the trail and continue on. A little less than 2 miles to Upper Camp, and then I swear another 0.2 to Skeel's Meadow. Nice and quiet. Seems like the further you get from the headquarters, the less people there are, and I'm all about that. Not about all the crowds. Alright guys, talk to you in a few. Pretty interesting. Like I said, we've had a lot of rain and probably a lot of wind the last week or so. And this tree almost made it all the way down. I think the only thing that's keeping it up is this other tree. So, pretty interesting. Yeah. Well, we're headed downhill now. And if I recall correctly, Upper Camp is at the bottom here. And then Skeel's Meadow is just not too far after Upper Camp. I don't know how many of you have been up to Upper Camp, but it's really gorgeous. I stayed there last year for a night with my buddy Roland. And it's just one site. It's just like really on the... runs along the stream at the bottom. And the beauty of it was... you have this little stream that runs through the campsite, so if you want water, it's right there at hand. And like I said, just one little site tucked away, nobody else around. Gorgeous. I'm sure that little stream is flowing pretty good right now during the winter season. So, time is 4:24. Making really good time. Probably get to camp probably by 5. And start getting set up. So, a lot of downhill today. So we're going to have a lot of uphill on the way back, which will be good. Pack will be a lot lighter without 2 days worth of food in it. So, speaking of food, I will be ready to get some dinner in me and drink some electrolyte fluids. Something I love about this park, there's like a mix of all sorts of different types of plants and such. Stealth camping. Not supposed to do it, but you know, hey. It is gorgeous out here, boy, I tell you. I think there was a horse trough over here. Yeah, we were out here last spring, and put it this way, we were like, oh man, clean water. We took a look at it. No, I don't even think you'd want to even let your horse drink that water. Yeah, it is. It's a Deerhorn Spring. Now let's check it out, see if the water's any better, which I doubt. Actually, I take that back. I think that person that we panned around to, that is a legit campsite. I'm not sure what that's called. I hear a trickle, but as you guys can see, that's pretty empty. Huh, I'm sure if I went around that bush, it's probably moving pretty well. Yeah, I can hear it. Definitely could fill up there. But I think there's more water at Skeel's Meadow, so I'm not really worried. Got about 1.5 liters with me, and as cool as it's been, I haven't really been drinking all that much, even though I'm sure I probably should be. So, yeah, making our way. I think Upper Camp's right down here at the end, and then to the left, either that or there's one more switch back down. Again, love this park. I mean, they've got outhouses / privies like at all the major camp areas, which is kind of nice. I mean, obviously I brought my titanium trowel just in case. Yeah, there is a camp. It just says 1. I'd be okay with that camp. It looked pretty private, except for the fact when people are walking by, they're just peering down into your campsite. It is nice and secluded up there. I don't blame them for wanting that camp. Okay, well, we're almost at the bottom here. Clinton smells good. It smells like dinner. Somebody's dinner. Not our dinner yet. I think we went back there last time. There's like a nice little clearing area where you could technically camp, or actually there's Camp 2 down here, which, I mean, yeah, technically I guess you could camp here. It's kind of nice, but I think we're going to keep on pushing. No shortage of water, that's for sure. I laugh because I've been out here many times and it's been hard to find water. And that's, you know, usually around like the shoulder months, like, you know, October, September. But yeah, I totally wouldn't feel bad about scooping some of that up and filling up a bag. Thankfully we're camping at the bottom, so it should all be down there. But yeah, I mean, the sound alone is that could put a guy to sleep, that's for sure. It's so relaxing. All right, so we're just heading down. Getting pretty muddy, as you can tell. And I was wrong. Upper Camp is at the bottom of the canyon. I guess they call it Upper Camp. And I asked the guy about it. Call it Upper Camp because it's upper, as in north of the headquarters. So, good to know. Okay. Got a couple of miso soup packets. I don't know how many of you like miso soup. I think I got them at Trader Joe's a while back and brought them out a few times. Just never felt like having hot soup at the end of any type of day on a hike, but I think today I might. Sounds good. There's like a chill in the air, which I prefer. I don't know how many of you like to actually hike in the heat. I for one like it a little bit colder. It's just my preference. I find it easier to warm up by moving than trying to cool down. So yeah, a lot of fire road. I prefer the single track trails personally. I just think that's a little more scenic, but you know, I get why they have all these fire roads, especially where, you know, 20 minutes outside of San Jose. So, you know, those firemen need to get up here somehow and fight potential fires, and all these outhouses we got down here. Somebody needs to service that periodically, I'm sure. I've always had good luck with the outhouses out here. They've always had toilet paper in it. Some kind of fruit / nut. Alright, we're still winding down nicely. It's all downhill, so nice and easy on the legs. Or, I don't know. Depends on who you ask. I think my legs have finally warmed up and I'm good to go. I haven't been out in a couple of months, so the body was trying to get adapted to this kind of activity again. So, alright, we're gonna make our way. As soon as there's something great to see again, I'll show you, besides all the blowdowns and trail erosion taking place. Okay, sign for Upper Camp is that way, which some steep downhill, and then there's the camp down there. And then we have Skeel's Meadow, 0.2 miles down Skeel's Meadow Road. Cool, almost there. Just in the nick of time too. I don't know if you guys can see on this camera, the sun is starting to go down. In fact, it's already gone down where I am. No worries though, I got a headlamp, my pack pocket, so we need to set up in the dark a little bit and get situated. I also brought a new piece of gear to try out. It's the Goal Zero Lighthouse Mini. It's kind of a cool lantern. It's pretty adjustable. You can charge it from any micro USB. There's a user replaceable 18650 battery, which I kind of like because that's what my headlamp takes too. So in a pinch, if my headlamp runs out, I can always cannibalize the battery out of my lantern. We'll see. It was 8 ounces with the battery. Purely a luxury item that I typically don't bring, but I don't know, it's kind of nice to have some just mood lighting in camp, I guess, instead of just headlamp on and off for doing chores and getting work done. But yeah, so it'll be nice. Seems like point 2 is not very far. I've never stayed at Skeel's Meadow, nor have I walked down there before, but this wouldn't be bad either. So I can hear the water, and hopefully it's close by and accessible. You can see where sun's going down, almost down. It's 4:57. So yeah, about 5 o'clock, like I estimated earlier. A lot of downhill, pretty muddy on the way down. But no worries. Some rhododendron, or I think that's rhododendron. I'd have to look that up. If you guys know what that is, feel free to toss that in the comments. Kind of a cool tree. Well, I think there's 3 sites available here from what I was told, and I think they are all booked up, so I should reframe that. 2 of them were booked up. There was 1 spot left, which is me, so I doubt it this time I'll be getting first pick of anything, but if it's near the water, I don't know how bad it could be. Okay, I'm gonna use my trekking poles to tackle this downhill, and then I'll bring you back when we pick out our site, and then we'll start getting set up. Alright, camp is moments away. One of the notorious little salamanders. Man, blended right in with the dirt right there. Thankfully I saw him and didn't step on him. Yeah, just hanging out. It's amazing you see so many of them in this park, given the fact they move at that pace. You think it'd be easy food for other predators. I guess that's where the camouflage comes in. Pretty cool. So here's the Skeel sign. So we are at the bottom. Find out where our sites are at, or if we just kind of camp anywhere. I don't know. Scope it out. A lot of acorns, a lot of oak trees. Pretty nice meadow. I mean, no shortage of flat spots to set up. Preferably let's find a place where there's a nice sitting rock, or put my stuff up. Anyway, I gotta have like all my junk on the ground. So I must admit, I've been watching a lot of DIY on YouTube, and I bought a whole roll of reflectix for probably like 18 bucks, way more than I'm ever going to use, at least for backpacking. And I also picked up a package of the window seal polycro film that a lot of guys are using as a ground sheet. Here we go, SM2, Skeel's Meadow 2. That might work. That might work very well. Set up the tent right there. With some sitting rocks. Yeah. Water doesn't sound too far away. Let's see. Oh yeah. So if I got that site, literally water's like right here, like beautiful, good running, delicious water. Oh man, that is just gorgeous. Let's see what all the other sites look like. We got here just in time and get all set up. Make some hot tea. Try that soup I was telling you guys about. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's getting pretty dark underneath this tree cover. Whew. There's a post over here. You can see the running pretty good. Mushroom right there. Yeah, running real good. Well, maybe I was wrong, which is fine. Huh. Okay, well, some corrugated metal here. So it looks like the trail ends here. Posted, no trespassing, keep out. Okay. Well, looks like we're the only ones here for now. On SM2, looks like a good spot. So I'll head that way, start getting set up, and I'll bring you guys back and show you the lay of the site. I don't know if you all can see. It's pretty dark out here. Okay, finally got to camp. Got my lantern set up on my tripod. Finally got my shelter up. Promised better video in the morning, but this is the zpacks hexamid duplex in the 0.5 ounce per yard Cuban in the grain. Pitch is okay. I shot for 44 inches like I've been seeing on the backpacking light forums and YouTube. It seems to work alright for me. I'll probably readjust in the morning. It got really cold, and you can definitely tell that there's moisture coming in since we're in a valley. I was able to get a small little fire started just to kind of stay warm. I think I'm going to go set up my dinner. So I think I'm going to go over to the stream and yeah, going to boil up some water. I think I got a backpacker's pantry, some kind of, I think it's a chicken vindaloo. I really love a lot of like spicy things when I'm out on the trail. I just find that, I guess, the hiking and all the bars and the water and stuff just kind of numbs my taste buds. So, still doing pretty good. Feel pretty good. Legs are a little sore. That's to be expected. But yeah, I'm gonna have some dinner, enjoy the fire, and yeah, call it a night, and I'll bring you guys back in the morning for a better view. So hard to start a fire tonight because it's so damp. But finally got a little one going, just warming fire. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. If not, first thing in the morning. Thanks. I don't know if you guys can see or not. We've got water boiling away. That's the Snow Peak Light Max titanium stove. And I've got the Snow Peak 700 with the Ruta carbon fiber lid. Just want something easy, want a canister for this trip. Probably look into more of getting an alcohol setup in the future, just for the weight. And plus it's the serenity of alcohol cooking. So, got chicken vindaloo tonight. Backpackers pantry. Pretty good actually. I had it in Yosemite last year and I really liked it. Had a nice spicy flavor to it. So, I'm gonna have that. Probably make some lemon ginger tea. And then, yeah, call it a night. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright, good morning guys. Was a really long and certainly cold night last night. I don't think I slept even an hour, and maybe if an hour. I just couldn't get warm. I mean, I've got a 20-degree rated Montbell down hugger 800, and then I've got the X-Lite down anorak on. Still cold, freezing. So I have my wool long sleeve shirt on underneath my down puffy. Still cold. A lot of condensation in the tent. I mean, that's my fault for sleeping low like this in this meadow. So the fog, moisture really rolled in on everything. So, yeah, it's a nice morning though. It's one of those mornings where you can't wait for the sun to come out. And I don't think it's going to for a little while. Got the fire stoked up a little bit. Having some coffee. I think we're going to change sites today. We might head over to Poverty Flat. See what's going on over there. Let's get everything packed up. Be on our way. Day number 2. Feeling good. Alright guys, time's about 8:52. Camp's all broken down. Just the way we left it. Or found it, shall I say. Alright, we'll hit the trail. It's been a nice one. Pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a ton of fur right there, like something got eaten there. And in the background there's some nice mushrooms. We're headed back up the trail. Pretty foggy still for 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, we just got back to the Hobbs Trail, Hobbs Road. So we're gonna be getting back to the top, and we'll see what we're gonna go do today. I don't know. It was a pretty cold night last night. Not discouraged by any means, but I don't know if I really want to do another freezing cold night, especially since the point of this is to have fun. Yeah, I literally slept for maybe only an hour. Yeah, my tent, I'm gonna have to go dry that thing out, especially if I decide to spend another night out here, or if I decide to call it and head back home. But yeah, I don't know. Anybody outside there that uses the duplex that gets a ton of condensation, like, I kid you not, like, it was dripping from the ceiling landing on my bag and my head. So I had one door open too last night, so maybe I should try having a door on either side open to kind of get more ventilation. Some thoughts on that. Pretty happy with the shelter overall though. I actually just received the new door apparatus, as zpacks calls it. I guess it's made by Dutchware. It looks like a little anchor, but it does a way better job of clipping and tightening the doors down than the carabiner method did. What a gorgeous morning. Sun's finally coming out. Feels good too, it's warming up a bit. We are about 45 minutes away from camp and still on our climb up to the Middle Ridge Trail, I believe, where that lookout with the picnic table that we saw yesterday. So we're still going. We're trying to get back to the Deerhorn camp actually. That'll be hopefully a couple more switchbacks. And thankfully the outhouse is there. Might have to make use of that. About half a mile from the headquarters. Spared you guys video of the uphill. Brutal, but definitely well worth it. So, coming into the headquarters, about 2,800 feet above sea level. And spectacular views like you would expect. Looking forward to getting this pack off and make a liter of electrolyte drink. And I think we're gonna go look for some food to get off this mountain.